but seriously, y'all have something to celebrate. We're just something to celebrate. We had a lot of success. We have something to celebrate. But honestly, if you're from Tennessee, states. We started today in Missouri, but I'm honored to be here and excited to be here because my hope and prayer after tonight is not that you came and enjoyed Winter Jam. It's not that you came and you heard amazing artists like JP, like Torrin, like Skill, like everybody that performed here. That's not why it's exciting to me. I hope we're having an awesome night. I do. That's not why it's exciting. But what excites me is, could you imagine if 8,000 people that were celebrating one night in this arena left celebrating God and celebrating people when they left? See, I think the biggest disappointment would be if your celebration of worship for Jesus ended when you left tonight. Listen, it's cool to be able to celebrate and worship in here. It's better to be able to celebrate and worship out there. I hope that you leave encouraged. I really do, because encouragement is a great thing. Encouragement is a great thing. Encourage means to give support, confidence, or hope too. I hope that you have support, confidence, and hope. Those are great things, but those are also things that are feelings. And feelings can also be pretty fickle. And you might have encouragement right now, but tomorrow morning might wake up and, oh, where did that encouragement go? I don't feel as encouraged. You see, I hope you leave encouraged, but more than encouraged, I hope you leave inspired. Because you know what inspired is? To fill someone with the urge to do something. And I would rather you be inspired to do something than encouraged to feel something. Because you know what? Your actions to do something can change the world. Your feelings inside, you can keep them inside. And I hope you feel encouraged. But David, the world needs you to go do something. And you know what? To do something, it's so easy to also get caught up in the things that we think are shiny and exciting. And honestly, guys, the world is going to tell you that the things that you need to go do are to go get money, fame, power, to go get status, to go get as many likes as you can on social media, to get as many followers as you can. That's what the world is going to tell you. What I would ask is, when you get all of those things, you think you'll be fulfilled. Some of you might say, yes, and I can tell you, I've been fortunate to have a few, and it's still not fulfilling. I was fortunate my sophomore year at the University of Florida. She's safe. God bless you. My sophomore year, I was fortunate at the end of the year to be a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. And I'm sitting in New York, and four of us as finalists, and we're sitting right here in this award, and the whole week they're building it up and building it up and building it up, and they even say to you all week, hey, for one of you guys, if you win, the rest of your life will be forever known and forever introduced as the Heisman Trophy winner. For the rest of your life. So, I mean, you're already like so nervous, but now I'm like ready to throw up. I'm so nervous. The award show starts and they build it up and they build it up and they build it up. One of the board members comes out and during a commercial break and he puts his hands over the mics and he looks at us 4 or 5 months and he says, hey, I just want you to know, for one of you, your life will be forever changed. You will be forever known. Forever introduced as Heisman Trophy. And a couple minutes later, they announced the award, and I was fortunate enough to win. I remember walking on stage. Oh, you don't have to say that. I remember walking on stage and giving hugs to all these former winners, and it's so exciting, and you get to know all these amazing things. But a couple weeks after I was fortunate enough to win, I was in Thailand, having the chance to serve with a bunch of missionaries from all over the world, and they said, "Hey Timmy, do you want to go do something pretty cool with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, like who says no to that?" So I get in the back of this Jeep with these missionaries, and we start driving, and I was like, "Hey, how far is it, wherever we're going?" And they're like, "Oh, it's just a little ways up here," and that's missionary talk. To buckle up, we're driving for a while. And so we're driving, and then we start driving through all these shanties, these little sheds. And we pull into this huge field. And it's this line of people that are facing the opposite direction, literally as far as my eye can see. And there's these tables at the front. And I said, "Guys, what are we doing here?" I said, "Get out, I'll tell you." So we get out, and I said, "What's going on here?" And he said, "People from all the surrounding cities and villages have come because we promote that we're going to have food and we're going to feed people. And so many people have come." And I was like, "Gosh, I can literally, I can't even see everybody. There's so many people here." And I said, do you have enough food for everybody?" He said, "Honestly, probably not." I said, "What do you think's going to happen? What's going to happen to some of the people that don't get to the front of the line?" Said, "Unfortunately, that maybe some of them won't be here tomorrow." I said, "Well, is there any way we can go get more food?" And that was kind of insulting. They're like, "You don't think we're already trying to get as much as we can?" Like, "Sorry, what do you want us to do?" And he said, "We have these interpreters. We want you to start at the back of the line and start sharing your faith and telling people about Jesus and work your way to the front." And I said, "Okay." And so we started at the back and we were sharing. Then a ways in, one of the locals comes springing up to me and grabs me by my shirt and kind of yanks me to the point they think he's attacking me. I said, "No, it's okay. He just wanted my attention." And he says something to me in broken English. And listen, I'm from the South. I know what broken English is. And so do you, right? But I couldn't understand what he was saying. And I said, "Please just tell the interpreter." He only would tell the interpreter. No, he only would tell me in English. So he would honor me by telling me in my native tongue. And I was like, "Thank you for the honor, but I just can't understand. Would you please tell him?" And he would say, "No." He could grab my shirt, he would pull me a little farther to the point. I said, "Sir, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you're pointing at." He would grab me and he would pull me and he would point. I said, "Sir, there's just a bunch of people. I don't know what you're pointing at." He pulled me and he would point. And at that point, some of the people moved. And I could see what he was pointing at. You see, on the side of it was this ditch full of sewage and waste. And there was a young boy that was squatting in it, probably 10, 11, 12 years of age. And he was so malnourished that you could see every bone in his face. So malnourished that you could see all the bones in his arms. And he was wearing shorts, but his shorts were so ripped and tattered that it barely looked like he was wearing shorts. And his shirt was dirty, it was muddy, filth all over it, and rips on it, but you could still make out what shirt he was wearing. You see, that boy was squatting in that ditch, wearing an orange and blue number 15 Florida Gator Tebow jersey. And I remember looking at that boy, just feeling like God was pricking my heart, saying, "You thought that I put you here for a game. You thought that I put you here to try to win a championship in the world. I didn't die for a game. I didn't die for a championship in the world. I died for that boy. I died for you."
And then thinking, you know, it's so cool to win something like the Heisman Trophy. It's so cool to have the honor of play sports and be a part of these awesome universities that are so fun. It's awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. It's awesome. But man, if that's all you go after, if that's all you're doing, if that's all you want to win, if it's just a championship, if it's just a trophy, if it's just an award, what happens when it starts to rust? And man, it's really cool to win that award, but if it's true, what they were saying for the rest of your life, you'll be introduced as Heisman Trophy winner, then in my opinion, it would be pretty tragic. Because there were 12 Saturdays that went pretty well. That's how I'm going to be introduced. What about 12 years? What about 20 years? What about 40 years? What are you going to do with the rest of your life? Or are you going to live for one award that eventually people are going to forget? They're not going to remember, but you know what? That boy is starving for food, but he's also starving for hope. And an award is not going to do anything for him. But you know, the platform that God has given me, the platform that God has given you, you can do something about it. And I remember thinking, you know what? Probably someone got that jersey because they thought I was cool. After I threw a touchdown or something, you know what? Probably threw a pick and they're like, this dude sucks. You're like, freaking get rid of that thing. Give it to like Samaritan First or Salvation Army or something. All of a sudden they shift it to the farthest place they could send it and pass it off to orphanage, and it probably got shredded. And this kid probably didn't even have another shirt to wear, so he was like, I'll wear this one. Kind of puts things in perspective. And I remember walking over to that pavilion. Tears flowing down the side of my face. He's trying to think, why is this dude standing over me? And then I couldn't help and I gave him a hug, and I was like, why is this dude touching me? But I believe that day that boy found food and he also found food. But you see, guys, what the world is going to tell you is everything. Because a lot of times, they told me that too. And too many times, I believed it. It's not everything. Winning some awards or championships, or having a platform or money or fame or status, it's not everything. But man, I can tell you, God can take your success when you give it to Him, and He can turn it into true significance. I believe success is about you, but significance is about other people. And I would ask you, if you get what you're chasing, if you reach your goals, if you live out your dream, would you have a life of success, or will it be a life of significance? What's going to happen when you get where you want to go, if you get all your dreams? If you get all the things you're praying for, will it have impacted your life or impacted other people? Which one? You know what you're thinking, you know what you're dreaming, you know what you're going after. And man, if the only person it impacts is you, you might want to change your dreams, your prayers, and your goals. Guys, I want you to know that I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that God has an incredible plan for every single one of you. I believe that God has a mission for your life. I believe the mission is possible for you to truly make your life count. I believe that every single one of us has purpose, has meaning, and we can all have significance. But it doesn't start by saying, what can I give? But it starts by saying, what can I give?
I was on a mission trip in the Philippines and had the chance to go to a prison. And as we're walking in, it's very different than American prisons. As we're walking in, we have the list of all the inmates, and it's murder, 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 rape, homicide, murder, drug dealer, murder, rape, homicide. The list goes on. And we were walking in, and my older brother walks right into the prison, and it's just one big concrete block. All the guys are just put in there. No cells, just in one big concrete block. And he walks in, and I'm like acting like I'm sort of tough and courageous, but I'm not. I was terrified. And I walk right behind him, and he walks all the way in, and we walk to the back of this prison, and I flip over a white bucket, and I sit on it, and he starts preaching. And he's preaching, and he gets to the cross. And he looks at all of these murderers, rapists, drug dealers, and he says, "Hey guys, I just want you to know, I just want you to know that I nailed Jesus to the cross." And I was like sitting there, I look up, and I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about? No, you didn't. If anybody did it, they did." And then he said it again, "Hey guys, I just want you to know, I nailed Jesus to the cross." And I remember Jesus pricking my heart. He said, "No, Timmy, if it was just you, I would have gone to the cross." See, it's fun to be able to show up here and listen to all these amazing artists and be able to worship. But I also hope you understand the severity of the gospel. That the gospel is not a message that makes average people a little bit better. The gospel is a message that makes dead people alive. And the truth is that I nailed Jesus to the cross. My sins nailed Jesus to the cross. I had the chance to grow up unbelievable parents, missionaries, went to church Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, hit a couple Bible studies in between. My parents would always say, "Do you want to accept what Jesus? Do you want to go forward? Do you want to say yes to the invitation?" And I would say, "No, I'm good." Until one night I was lying in my bed and I knew I wasn't good. I couldn't sleep, and I got up early in the morning, and I ran to go see my mom, and I said, "Mom, I gotta ask Jesus into my heart." She said, "Okay, let me go get your dad." And I said, "No, we don't have time." And I got on my knees right there on that blue couch on the west side of Jacksonville, Florida, and I asked Jesus to come into my heart, and he did. And at that moment, I instantly went from darkness to light. You know what? I believe so many of you here have made that decision at some point in your life. You said yes to Jesus because you believe what he did on the cross, that it counted for you. And I want you to know that that is the best decision that any person could possibly make in their entire life. But I also believe there's probably some people here that you came with a friend. Or that you were invited here. Or you said, "You know what is it about it? I want to go check it out." And you know what? You've never made that decision. And maybe you're thinking just like I was that, man, I'm good. But wait a second. I'm not good. And you know what everybody's singing about and what people have been talking about is what Jesus has done, and this guy Jesus and what he did on the cross and how it counts for me and how I can say yes to that. Like, does that actually count for me? Yes. Wherever you are, wherever you're seated, whatever you're doing, it counts for you. You see, when Jesus paid for the sin of the world on the cross and he died on the cross, death didn't defeat him. He defeated death. He rose 3 days later. And the best part is that he offers us a free gift, and it's not a gift that we have to earn. It's not a gift that we have to pay for. It's not a gift that we have to be good enough. Because let me just tell you, in case you're not aware, we're not good enough. We don't have enough money. We can't pay for it. But that gift is free. All you have to do is receive it, accept it, just like I did as a young boy. And you know, there might be some people here where you've never accepted that free gift. And I believe tonight can be that night. Wherever you are, wherever you're seated, I pray and I hope tonight is that night. In a moment, if you say, yes, Timmy, that is me, I believe that Jesus died on the cross, that it counted for me, that he paid my debt, that he took my place. In a moment, I would like to lead you in a prayer. It's not a magical prayer. It's just you simply talking to the God of this universe. And let me tell you something. He hears you because he knows you, because he loves you, because he sent his son for you. And he wants to have a relationship with you. So if you say, yes, Timmy, that's me, in a moment, I want you to repeat this prayer after me. And I also want all the people here that already know Jesus, that have already accepted Jesus, I want you to also pray out loud so that they know that they're not in this alone, that church isn't a building that you go to on Sunday, but it's the people you get to do life with every day. The most important decision you'll ever make in your entire life. Let's make it right now. If you would bow your heads and close your eyes.